I just thought forward on what I wanted to look like and what I wanted to feel like on like my wedding day, like only happens once, and wanted to feel like my best self. And so Colin was really helpful in like SHRP training. Paige and I like kind of set out goals for ourselves. We took before pictures and committed to um, like let's get stronger. Like for Paige and I. For me, it was more like let's lose weight. Make my abs look better, like make my muscle tone look better. Maybe lose a few pounds. For Paige, it was like she never really trained, so it was more like get stronger. She'd never done like any weight room stuff, and so
Mm-hmm.
it was just a really mostly it was like a fun experience and a rewarding experience for us to go through that together, right? To
Yeah.
to find times in our schedule, like we always went together, and like some of the exercises were maybe too much for her just because she didn't know a lot of things.
Yeah.
For me, I was like, I don't really want to do that type of a thing. So, substitute that for just curls or shoulder raises or just something to make us stronger, feel better, work
Mm.
out together. We're already squeezing it in type of a thing. But like without, Colin setting us that program and getting us started on the tracks, like I don't I don't think we would have felt as good as we did on our wedding day. And like what a reward that was. And the cool thing was is it turned into like her working out on her own, like she would go after work and like go down to the fitness center. And I there were probably 10 plus maybe 15 times where she just like told me she went and worked out after work, and I was like, that's so cool, like
Yeah.
for somebody that hasn't ever had like a weight room structure or really done any of that to go do that on her own. And for me, um kind of the same thing, like just went a couple times on my own. And again, that's something I hadn't done for years, something that I love to do, something that literally was like how I remember certain years of my life is like how my structure of my day was built around the weight room. But like we started a program almost for ourselves
Mm-hmm.
and like what we needed, what I wanted to do that day. Like, okay, I've done, I did lower body the other day, so I'm gonna do upper body stuff because my legs are sore. And like it was just so cool to like to be sore, to go through it together, to program uh, kind of on our own and take the ideas that have come from Sharp. And like I think that's something that'll continue in our relationship forever. Is like, I think we never saw like really any couples like working out together, and I thought that was so cool for us just to like go into any time together and work out for an hour or whatever it was and do the same thing. And it's been fun. So no, it's been it's been rejuvenating for me. It's kind of, obviously a brief pause here for a couple of weeks, but something that I think we'll continue to do for the rest of our lives just because of how bonding it was.
Mm.
Nice.
And yeah, I think with me and Jaden's programs, like we've talked about this on a previous episode, like we don't want people to like rely on a program for us forever. Like we hope that, like you said, there's some stuff you're like didn't like or this ain't for me, but hopefully there's a few things like, oh, this is different, or hey, I kind of like, this the way that this exercise makes me feel, or at least just something to kind of help you
Yeah.
figure out what you like for yourself and how you like to train. And so
Yeah.
that's something for me and
Because you don't
Jaden. We
you don't
hope.
fully know the people like the people you're training for and what they like and don't like entirely. You don't know that entirely.
Yeah.
And so there was like some of the like rotational pull stuff. We did that a lot, and that's a
Mm-hmm.
super great thing. Like kneeling, rotational pull, like we hammered that. Like silent, like Paige didn't like to lunge. It like hurt her. She didn't really love it. And so we did like side lunges or even like sways. We did like the curtsy lunges,
Mm-hmm.
which again is like another great exercise and something that we'll carry through. And it's like you just find those little pieces of things that came from that program. But again, like just out of respect for you and like your accountability and you doing all the work that you did for the program, it's like we dedicated to that, and then we kind of found our own groove within that, and we wouldn't have found that groove without you, and so um, it meant a lot to us, and we felt so good on our wedding day just about our bodies